I have heard your voices speak out unto me within my exile in a distant realm.
Deep, moist, and caps.
May Odin give you knowledge on your path. May Thor grant you strength and courage on your way. And may Loki give you laughter as you go. Hail, Odin.
This is why you are still small. Put your ego aside and do something that will actually make you stronger.
I am that breed which Evola spoke, a cruel fate in this age.
The state of you. Do you not fight for your people? I see you there, pathetically putting pins in a map to mark out all the best brothels. No possessions of your own.
Disgusted, she spits at your feet and walks away. 18 plus RP Guild, Evan Hart Pact, slavery. And these were the cries I heard, and I knew I had to answer. I need it! Oh no! Oh no! Somebody! Pete! Who could have done this? No! Wait! No! Was it you?
Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
War never changes. I lie asleep in my bed, fully awake at night. The blood rushes from my eyes back into the tear ducts of my soul as I think back to that fateful meeting all those centuries ago before the nuclear bombs fell and wiped the slate clean, when I met the terrible evil that exists behind the mask of America. That man known only as Ronald McDonald. He wore a traditional Irish battle raiment, a fearsome and cruel sight which no man of pure English blood, aka a real normal human being, could dare stand the sight of. It was those Irish clown suits which had turned back the legions of Germanicus all those millennia ago. And now, it was up to me to fight against Ronald McDonald and win to save the wasteland from his evil schemes. We begin with the NCR, the largest of all the factions in Fallout New Vegas, is without a doubt the New California Republic. Analysis of the New California Republic, or NCR, is going to be rather straightforward. Number one, they suck. The entire situation reminds me of the time my ex-girlfriend, when she cut out my kidney to sell for crack. Then we have Mr. House. I think the situation with the NCR, it makes the other two factions a lot more interesting to analyze. In a sense, they both represent two ideological critiques of our world, and as a stand for a certain alternative solution to the problems of our day. Let's begin with Mr. House. For a long time I had trouble figuring out what exactly was Mr. House. I thought a lot about when I was a little kid and I met the Hamburglar. He stole my poop and forever, the turd burglar. So then I was fighting him, and I thought Mr. House was free market capitalism. And you think about it, Vivek, right, is the daughter of Amalexia. To believe Mr. House was a libertarian child sorcerer with robots instead of children. But it doesn't really work, because he doesn't really care about all that economic stuff. Instead, Mr. House is actually more like the real-life figure, Tony Stark. Mr. House could better be described as a scientific technocrat. He believes through technology and ingenuity, humanity can solve all its problems. You can see this in his plan to create Minecraft, but on planet Earth in space, like Mark Zuckerberg, but human beings who live in Mr. House's funhouse. What about them? They're just gonna gamble over and over again. How do you fund a space program with a casino? I think it's interesting though, on an ideological level. In the liberal society, we see a lot of emphasis placed on meritocracy, a cultish belief in scientists, and as a scientist myself, I have attracted the worship of several 35-year-old men who I believe are trying to groom me, since I am an 18-year-old woman. But will his system really work? What about the well-being of the average person? Can scientific genius and technological calculation, rational planning, etc. really solve all our problems? What if there are problems they can't solve? What if it is really a pipe dream and it's failed everywhere it's been tried? What if Mr. House looks like a Coomer and lives in a pod? What if I look like a Coomer and live in a pod? Who really wins then? Well, I actually win. I mean, I got you to watch this video. Now we get to the bald dude faction, led by a man so smart he got a brain tumor, and that's what awaits the fate of all you people who read books. I see you there now today, and I will strike you down. Just like Julius Caesar in this game strikes down all peoples who are literate. He's the antithesis of the other two factions. He despises technology because it relies on resources he can't sustainably produce. He despises democracy because it produces a bunch of nerds. He was born into the world of the NCR and grew to hate it. In a sense, he stands as the reincarnate Pol Pot, a monument to all your sins.
Hey everybody, this is SpongeBob, and I have high-functioning autism, which is also called Asperger's syndrome.